morning everyone. So in the last class we have derived the Kimmelin generating function of the negative binomial distribution. So we have completed all four properties, that is MGF, CF, PGF and CGF of the negative binomial distribution. So the next topic under the negative binomial distribution is its limiting case. So next topic is Poisson distribution as a limiting case of negative binomial distribution. So while we have done one more also theorem, that is Poisson distribution as a limiting case of binomial distribution. So under some conditions the binomial distribution will tend to Poisson distribution. Similarly like this only, under some conditions this negative binomial distribution will also tend to the Poisson distribution. So one of the important theorem, now we will see its derivation. So first write down negative binomial distribution, negative binomial distribution tends to Poisson distribution, under some conditions. So what are those conditions? We will see now. First condition is P tends to, so small p tends to 0. So P, it is a probability, so always the probability of here negative binomial, P indicates the probability of failure, right? So P tends to 0, and the second condition is, next parameter we have R, right? So this R tends to infinity. So P tends to 0, P is small, and R tends to infinity, that is R is large. So R indicates the value of the success we are finding. R the success preceding the, so X failures preceding the rth success we find, right? So that rth value where we get the success, that rth value should tend to infinity. And the third condition is that Rp is equals to lambda. So if Rp equals to lambda, that is some finite value. So the finite value Rp equals to lambda, from this we can write that P equals to R by lambda by R. So this is the value of P we get. So remember, this is capital P, this is small p. So small p tends to 0 and R into capital P equals to lambda is some finite value. So now, before considering, first we write our PMF. What is the PMF of negative binomial distribution? The PMF of negative binomial distribution is given as, so write down the PMF for the negative binomial distribution. P of x is equals to x plus r minus 1, c r minus 1, p power r, q power x, where x equals to 0, 1, 2, so on, and q equals to 1 minus p. So this is the general PMF of the negative binomial distribution. Now for this we are going to consider some conditions. So what are these conditions means? We will change the PMF that let this small p equals to 1 by capital Q. So we assume that this p, small p, is equals to 1 by capital Q and small q, and we assume small q equals to P by Q, that is capital P by capital Q. And one more condition is that Q, what is this capital Q is equals to, Q equals to 1 plus P. This capital Q is equals to 1 plus P, or you can write Q minus P equals to 1. Q minus P is equals to 1. So now in this PMF, now we'll substitute these values. So what will be the PMF value? P of X is equals to X plus R minus 1 C R minus 1 into P power R. What is P we have considered? 1 by Q. So 1 by Q power R into Q power X. Q value is P by Q. So capital P by capital Q power X. So this is the new PMF we get, that is X plus R minus 1 C R minus 1 1 by Q whole power R into Q by P by Q whole power X. So remember, these are the capital letters. So in the new PMF we are going to have all the capital letters. Now we will simplify this one. So first we will expand this one, that is in the form of NCX it is having. So we will expand that term. So P of X is equals to, so this is NCX, that is X plus R minus 1 factorial divided by N minus X, that is X plus R minus 1 minus R minus 1. So R minus 1 gets cancelled, you will get X minus 1 factorial into R minus 1 factorial into, so this one I am writing as 1 by Q power R, right? So this one I am writing as Q power minus R into P power X into, P power X divided by Q power X. Now we will expand this factorial. I have to cancel up to R minus 1 factorial. So same like the movements how we have done, in the same way expand that one. So X plus R minus 1 into X plus R minus 2 into so on up to R minus 1 factorial I have to expand. So I am writing two terms here, that is R plus 1 into R minus 1 factorial divided by denominator you write as it is X factorial into R minus 1 factorial. These terms you write as it is Q power minus R into P power X by Q power X. So now cancel R minus 1 factorial and R minus 1 factorial. So now in the next step what we do is, so first write down the remaining term, then we move on to next step. So what are the left out terms? P of X is equals to X plus R minus 1 into X plus R minus 2 into so on R plus 1 into R divided by X factorial into Q power minus R into P power X by Q power X. So now in our last limiting case also what we have done, we have multiplied and divided n x times. So here also we are going to divide here R. In the numerator we are going to divide R x times. So we will multiply R power x. So how will you write this one? This first term X plus R minus 1 divided by R into X plus R minus 2 divided by R, so on up to R plus 1 minus R divided by R into R by R. So this is the numerator. So now you have divided R, right? How many times if you observe? So here 1, 2 up to you have divided x times. You will be having total x terms here. You have to remember this one. So that means here you will be multiplying r power x. So if you are dividing r x times, you will multiply r x times, that is r power x, and here x factorial as it is q power minus r into p power x by q power x. Now split the terms here. Here r cancel means it is 1 minus, so 1 plus x minus 1 by r. This is the first term into, similarly r cancel means 1 plus x minus 2 by r. So on up to, so here anyhow r and r gets cancelled. So 1 r cancel means again 1 plus 1 by r. So this will be the last term here, that is 1 plus 1 by r. Divided by x factorial into r power x as it is into q power minus r as it is p power x by q power x as it is. So understood till here? In the next step we apply the conditions. What are the conditions we have? Now we apply the conditions. So what are the three conditions we have? That is p tends to 0, r tends to infinity, and rp equals to lambda. So rp equals to lambda means, which implies p equals to lambda by r. So that will substitute in the next step. First we will write limit r tends to infinity. Copy it in here. So here we don't have, anyhow we don't have small p. This is small p. So small p tends to infinity. We have only capital P values. So we'll apply limit r tends to infinity. That is r tends to infinity. P of x is equals to r tends to infinity of this complete term. This complete term, that is 1 plus x minus 1 by r into 1 plus x minus 2 by r, so on, 1 plus 1 by r divided by x factorial into r power x into q power minus r p power x by q power x. So now we have the condition that rp equals to lambda, right? So before that I am writing some terms outside just for avoiding the confusion, like limit r tends to infinity. So here r power x, I am writing first r power x. Limit r tends to infinity, r power x into p power x. So r power x into p power x means overall you can write rp power x. So rp power x divided by x factorial. So this denominator I am writing here into these terms as it is, that is 1 plus x minus 1 by r into 1 plus x minus 2 by r into so on 1 plus 1 by r into already r power x I have written out. So here what are the left out terms? Q power minus r by q power x. So these are the remaining terms. So what are the values we have here? Since PR or RP equals to lambda. So in place of RP we can directly substitute lambda. So what does it mean? We have to substitute here Q values also. This is nothing but P equals to lambda by R. You can substitute P equals to lambda by R also. Or simply you can write RP equals to lambda. And one more condition we have done, Q equals to 1 plus P, right? We have capital Q equals to 1 plus capital P. Here we have to substitute Q value. So Q equals to 1 plus capital P. What is the P value? Lambda by R. So which implies Q equals to 1 plus lambda by R. So in place of Q, now we are going to substitute lambda by R. So you can apply limit to these values. So first, what is RP? RP means this is lambda. So lambda power x by x factorial. So here if you apply limit r tends to infinity, 1 plus 1 by infinity. So we know 1 by infinity is 0. So 1 plus 0 it is 1. So 1 into second term also 1 by r you have 1 by r, 1 by infinity is 0, 1 plus 0 is again 1. So on 1 plus 1 by r again it is 1 into these values you have to apply limits, right? So limit r tends to infinity, q power minus r by q power x. So instead of writing those steps again and again, I have applied limit to the starting terms. So for the remaining terms, we will apply the limit after simplifying. So this is equals to p of x equals to lambda power x by x factorial into limit r tends to infinity. So limit r tends to infinity. Now apply the q value. So what is the value of q? 1 plus q means lambda by r whole power minus r divided by q power x. So 1 plus lambda by x whole power x. So this is lambda by r, right? So here we will use some formulas. What are those formulas? This limit r tends to infinity means this is applicable for numerator and denominator also, right? So write down separately p of x equals to lambda power x by x factorial. So for numerator limit r tends to infinity 1 plus lambda by r whole power minus r divided by limit r tends to infinity 1 plus lambda by r whole power x. So we have used these formulas in the last limiting case also. What are those? Since, so I am writing the formulas here. Limit n tends to infinity. If you have limit n tends to infinity, 1 plus lambda by r, 1 plus lambda by n whole power n. So if you have formula like this, you can write it as e power lambda. So if you have the same power, that is 1 plus lambda by r, that is nothing but e power lambda. And one more formula we have, limit n tends to infinity, 1 plus here lambda by n whole power a. So this is nothing but the value is 1. So I said how to remember this formula. If you apply limit n tends to infinity, lambda by n will become 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 power anything, that is a constant, is equals to 1. This is a formula we have used in our last derivations also. So now compare with those formulas. So only thing is we have in the power minus. So how you can write that one? So here P of x is equals to lambda power x by x factorial. So this can be written as limit r tends to infinity 1 plus lambda by r whole power r and whole power minus 1 divided by limit r tends to infinity 1 plus lambda by r whole power x. Now compare with the formulas. So here lambda power x by x factorial. So limit r tends to infinity 1 plus lambda by r. Limit n tends to infinity 1 plus lambda by n whole power n. So here also in place of n you have r. So limit r tends to infinity 1 plus lambda by n means lambda by r whole power n whole power r. So you can write it as e power lambda. So you can write e power lambda whole power you have minus 1 divided by this value is nothing but 1. So this is equals to lambda power x into e power minus lambda whole minus 1 is nothing but e power minus lambda by x factorial. So therefore for this we have applied limit r tends to infinity, right? So limit r tends to infinity p of x is equals to e power minus lambda power x by x factorial. So if you remember, this is nothing but the PMF of the Poisson distribution. So this is the PMF of Poisson distribution. Which is the PMF of Poisson distribution. So under the given conditions, we get that negative binomial distribution tends to the Poisson distribution. Therefore, negative binomial distribution tends to Poisson distribution. Their Poisson distribution under which conditions? As r tends to infinity and t tends to 0 and p into r is equals to lambda, that is finite. So under these conditions we say that negative binomial distribution tends to Poisson distribution. Here only thing you have to remember is we have converted our PMF. So by considering small p equals to 1 by capital Q and small q equals to capital P by capital Q, we have converted our PMF, and one more condition we took that Q minus P equals to 1, that is capital Q minus capital P equals to 1. So this is the derivation for the limiting case of negative binomial distribution. So now we will see a problem which is based on the negative binomial distribution. Copy all the derivatives carefully. So if you write the notes while listening the video only, it will be easy for you to understand. So now we'll see our first question. So first question, the probability that a person exposed to some disease is given as 0.6. So a probability that a person will get a particular disease is 0.6. So what is the probability that 15% is exposed to the disease? So among all, the 15th person will be exposed to the disease is the 5th person to catch it. So you will be having 15 persons, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this 15th person will be affected with the disease, and what they are saying, what is the probability that 15th person is exposed to the disease is the 5th person. So this 15th person is the 5th person to get that disease. So before this 15th person, there are 4 persons already who are affected by this disease. So here they don't specify which distribution it follows. You have to remember, this is total rth success. You are finding the rth success. That means the 5th person will be getting the 15th person is the 5th person to get the disease. So in total 15 trials, that is X plus R trials, the rth one is the rth success. That means R equals to 5 here and X plus R equals to 15. So we have to find that probability. That means the 15th person is the 5th person to get that disease. So if you understand question, it is nothing but this follows the negative binomial distribution. So reading question is very important and understanding it which distribution it follows. So what is given actually? Given P equals to, it is nothing but probability of person exposed to disease, person exposed to disease. So how much it is given? That is P equals to 0.60. And what is the given in the question? If P equals to 0.6, Q equals to 1 minus P, that is 0.4. So 1 minus 0.6 is 0.40. So here, what are total number of trials here? Up to 15th person only they have checked. So total number of trials. So in negative binomial distribution, total number of trials are 15 means, that is, we denote with X plus R, right? So X plus R equals to 15. So and what it is saying, it is the rth person to catch it. So rth person to catch it means R equals to 5. So if X plus R equals to 15 and R equals to 5, which implies, if you substitute R equals to 5 in this, so X plus 5 equals to 15, which implies X equals to 15 minus 5, 10. So we got the X value as 10. Now consider the PMF of negative binomial. The PMF of negative binomial distribution is P of X is equals to X plus R minus 1, C R minus 1, P power R, Q power X. Now we substitute the different values in this, which is equals to, what is X plus R value? 15. So 15 minus 1, C R minus 1, that is 5 minus 1 into P value is 0.60 whole power 5. Q value is 0.4, whole power X value is 10. So 14, this is nothing but 14C4 into 0.6 power 60 power 5 into 0.40 power 10. Now simplify this one. 14C4 into 0.6 power 5 into 0.4 power 10. We get the answer. So first 14C4, it is 1001 into 0.6 power 5 into 0.4 power 10, which is equals to 0.0082. So therefore P of X equals to 0.0082. So the probability that the 15th person exposed to the disease is the 5th person to catch it is 0.0082. So in this way we are going to find the probability using the negative binomial distribution. So I'll give you one more question. So you solve this question. So similar question related to negative binomial distribution. I'll give you the question and I'll explain you the question. You just try to solve that question. So the question is, the probability that a student will believe the rumor. So second question, the probability that a student believe the rumor regarding the paper leakage, regarding the paper leakage. So here the event is the rumor, believing the rumor regarding the paper leakage. So it is given as 0.45. So now here find the probability that 10th student to hear the rumor, 10th student to hear the rumor is the 6th student to believe it. Is the 6th student to believe it. So there is a rumor regarding the paper leakage. That means your question paper is leaked. So it will be spreading among the students, right? So the probability that student will believe that rumor is 0.45. So what is the probability we have to find? The probability that 10th student to hear it. So how many students are here up to here? 10 students. So the 10th student to hear it is the 6th student to believe this. So total how many trials? X plus R trials equals to 10 and R equals to 6. P value is 0.45 given. So from this you can find out the X value, that is X equals to 4. So we got all the required values. So substitute, write down neatly the number of trials equals to X plus R 10. So the 10th student to believe the rumor is the 6th student. So R equals to 6. So substitute R in this, we get the X value as 4. Now consider the PMF of the negative binomial distribution, that is X plus R minus 1, C R minus 1, P power R into Q power X. Then substitute all the required values, we get the required probability. So try to solve this problem.